What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. You already know who it is. It's Mr. No Face, No Case, MSK Mask on Sport with another video for you. The game is over. The match is over. Manchester United are victorious 2-1 at Anfield. My gosh. And what a game it was as well. If you watch that game from the early kickoff, you can clearly see what Amorim had cooking, what the plan was, what he wanted his team to do. And every single player of Manchester United knew exactly what the task was. They knew what their role was. They knew what they were supposed to do. They knew how they were supposed to play. They knew how they were supposed to press. Everything was perfect today. Perfect. Can't deny it. It was perfect. But don't get me wrong, a lot of things could have gone wrong. But we came out of this victorious, unscathed. The way we played, everything was just perfect. Everything we've been looking for in terms of how we play, the aggression, the defensive work, the leg work, the pressing, everything came together in this game today. Everything just came together. Everything that you needed to win a game was present. And don't get me wrong as well, we had a bit of stroke of luck, don't get me wrong, but is it really luck though? I think you make your own luck, and I think we're starting to do that. We're starting to do that. But let's start with the first half of the game. Actually, let me start with the starting lineup. I always knew that Amorim was going to start Mason Mount, and I knew he was going to start Casemiro. I think he's starting to understand that, you know what, there's certain players that I can depend on, and there's certain that I can't depend on. In the midfield area, when it comes to Mason Mount, when it comes to Casemiro, he knows that if they're fit, if they're not fatigued, if they can play, they're starting. And I'm starting to understand that as well. And I'm starting to see the quality that Mason Mount possesses. He's not just a guy that presses. He's not just a guy that works hard, is work rate. He's got technical ability. He's got football IQ. And as much as I didn't like him, he's starting to grow on me. And when I say he's starting to grow on me, it's because he's starting to convince me otherwise. He's starting to show his quality. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why my thoughts or the way I think about him is starting to change gradually. And again, he's starting to become one of those players that he has to start in this Manchester United team. So let's start with the first half. The way we started the first half, it was clear to see that we needed them. We needed to show them a bit more of aggression. We needed to show a desire. We was pretty much on top from the first minute. From the moment we kicked off, we didn't even play in our own half. We pushed straight away into their half, and struck a lock. There was a collision. It was a challenge, really and truly, between Mbeumo and I think it was Kirkes at the time. Kirkes stayed down, and Mbeumo, he got up like quickly. He wasn't waiting around, and that set the tone. That set the tone. It's like, I'm not waiting around. I'm going. I'm gonna get up, and I need to get into that box. Ball went to Ahmad, obviously, passed back to Mbeumo, and before you know it, straight goal. The first goal of the first half, who was 1-0 up in the first 3 minutes of the game. And from then on, we defended well. We defended well. Matthias de Ligt, Maguire, even Luke Shaw as well. As much as I'm not really the biggest fan of Luke Shaw also, he did well. He did well in the game today. And that's how we started the first half. And again, we could have been 2-3 goals up in that first half. We have the Cunha try to back into goal because the ball was behind him. He tried to backheel it. It didn't really work. We could have had Bruno Fernandes should have scored. The ball that it was laid to him. I don't know why he was looking for that far left of the post when there was open spaces where you could have taken the ball to. But again, I'm not going to complain because we took the W anyway. He had an opportunity as well. That's a second opportunity that went by. The third opportunity was for I think it was for Brian Mbeumo again, but the Liverpool goalkeeper stepped out, put his foot into it, and did well in stopping the chance of that goal going in. That's the second. So we could have gone we could have been 2-3 goals up in the first half. But again, we didn't let that change or distract us from what the tactics and what we were supposed to do. And we carried on pushing, we carried on pressing, we carried on pressing. Our movement of the ball, 1-2, we wasn't holding onto the ball too tough. Don't get me wrong. At the same time, we were still making silly little mistakes. But we switched on from the beginning of this game to the last minute of this game. We switched on. There was no point or no period where we was where we switched off and we allowed them to get into the game. Don't get me wrong. That equalizer, at first I thought it was a foul on Brian Mbeumo by Van Dijk. But watching that game again, watching that period again, I saw that Brian Mbeumo actually lost the ball. It was a good tackle from Van Dijk to get a ball back, and for them to be able to equalize with the gap ball. He almost even went off, but the only person that was playing him off was Hachidogu, who was playing him on, and that's the reason why they were able to equalize. And don't get me wrong as well, Liverpool had the opportunity to score. I think Gakpo hit the post twice or 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, they could have scored 1 or 2 goals as well in the first half. But again, we had a bit of luck. And that's the reason why I said that we made our own luck. Not only that did we make our own luck in scoring the goals, we made that we was also lucky in the fact that they were hitting the post. They hit the post a couple of times. So yeah, it was a brilliant game. It was the tactic was perfect, and I think he outclassed. I think Amorim outclassed Anslov in this exchange, in this game, particularly when it comes to the tactics that was deployed. I felt like we was able to explore them more in terms. We was patient. We was patient in allowing Liverpool to have the ball, to bring the ball closer to bring the ball into our half before we sprung into action in terms of pressing them and then pushing them back a bit. And at the point where they had a lot of possession as well, the possession was fruitless. It was literally fruitless. They weren't really creating much. We pretty much left them to trying to shoot from distance. Mo Salah was kept quiet all game by by Luke Shaw and Diogo Dalot on the left hand side. It was quiet. It was very, very quiet, and going forward as well was able to get going in terms of going forward. Luke Shaw was going forward. Diogo Dalot was going forward. Even had a missed kick in the Liverpool box as well. But individual player Matheus Cunha was fantastic. He hasn't really started getting the goals yet. But the way this guy played, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. He's old enough, the ball, the drive, and so many times they tried to foul him, but he just won't going down. The strength, the hold the ball up as well. It was just fantastic. It was fantastic. Everything that we did today was on point. Everything we did was on point, from tackling to passing progression. Oh yeah, let me know. Casemiro, I've been saying this and I'll continue to say it, is the best central midfielder we have at the club. And when we could see the difference when Manuel Ugarte came on, chaos came on. We lost that discipline that we had, that shape that we had. We lost it when Casemiro went on. Do you know what I'm saying? So it tells you the kind of player this guy is and how important it is currently, and how we need to definitely make sure that we find a player that can play like Casemiro, but with legs. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Cunha, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes with his assist as well. Ahmad with his assist as well. Who else? Harry Maguire. Maguire is the lit. My defense was solid today. My defense was on point today. No one really got cooked. No one got cooked. Do you know what I'm saying? No one got cooked. We played really, really well. We played absolutely fantastic. This is probably the best game that we've played under Ruben Amorim. When I say everything just fit, you know what I'm saying? Everything came together perfectly. You know, we created what we need to create. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if any of you used to watch the Powerpuff Girl, you know, sugar, honey, everything put together, and then chemical X and all of that stuff. Yeah, we had all the all the ingredient to make sure that we came out with a W today, and we did. And we did. Amorim cooked. The whole team cooked. Even Benjamin Sesko when he came on, he gave the ball away a couple of times, but he was able to hold up the ball as well. And obviously, the winning goal by Harry Maguire, we deserved to win this game, and we went ahead and won it as well. And I'm happy. I'm gassed. We're 13th. 13 points. Sorry, we got 13 points. We're 3 away from second place, 2 behind Liverpool in third, 3 from Man City and 6 from Arsenal. Can't complain. I really can't complain. We just have to make sure that we keep this momentum going. That's 2 wins back to back. Our next trip is I think our next game is at home to Brighton, and if we can get a W in that game as well, then we're laughing. Do you know what I'm saying? But all I can say is this team is coming together nicely. We're starting to see the result, or should I say, the fruit of our hard work in terms of I'm talking about the team, the players. Again, playing 1 game a week helps, and having time to train and get better and work together. I feel like the more this team play together, the more they become cohesive together, the better we're going to be. And we're starting to see the fruit of that labor. And that's it from me, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. It's 2-1 Manchester United. 2 games win back to back. Comment on what you think of the game. Comment on what you think of the players and Amorim. What we saying now? Huh? What are we saying now? Let me know. I'll see you in the next video.